Let's put this beauty back together. Hello and welcome. Great. Now we've got these side covers looking fabulous again. Actually, I'll probably polish these a tiny bit more. But for now, they're really good. So I'm really happy about that. I want to paint the engine like we talked about. And so we're going to clean this up, find a way to support it so I can paint it all the way around. I want to paint it gloss black, which I think is going to be nice, especially contrasted against the nice new polished surfaces. And we're going to paint in here as well, paint inside these letters to make it all look good. So we clean this up, find a way to hold it, paint it, put it back together. Gaskets are on the way from Hitchcock's, should be here tomorrow or day after tomorrow, so all that's on the way. Service kit is on the way, and I'm glad I kept the strainer from the bottom of the engine, because that's not a service part. It doesn't come in the service kit. I just thought, I couldn't remember. I thought this was replaceable, but no, you just clean it, so I'm glad I didn't chuck that. I'm sure they're available anyway. Don't worry. So gaskets on the way, service kit on the way. Hopefully the chain and sprocket kit, although I'll change that when it's on the bike, so let's not worry about that. And then we'll have a lovely motor ready to go back in the frame, which should be clean and ready for it by then as well. Things are looking up. And of course, before we paint it, we've got to block up all these holes. Actually, cover the whole thing, actually. Now, technically, I suppose you could put the side covers on and then mask around the side covers. But I'm not sure about that. I think we're going to try doing it with tape. Yeah. So clean first. Then we're going to find a way to hold this. I do not alarm you, but there's a lot of hooks left in the ceiling. Right, we're going to go all out. Got a brass wire brush, which isn't as brutal as steel. Oh yeah. Have to be careful because I don't want stray wires going in the engine, so let's be very careful. Which is unusual, isn't it? There we go. Perfect. Brass wire brush. Always worth picking up when you see them pop up in the 4-letter word supermarkets, as they do every so often. Even feels soft. Got some plastic to collect this inevitable oil. So that's depressing the clutch at the moment. Shouldn't damage it. Because it's just doing what it would normally. Oh yeah, that's a lot of oil. So the masking tape's taken quite well to this edge of this gasket face. Thought that might give a big problem. But with the brake cleaner cleaning it, there's no oil left on it. And I'm trying to come just inside so the paint just sort of overlaps this sharp edge. There we go, right side, ready to go. Just got to fill in these holes and the top. And put some paint on this thing. Loads of gaffer tape, always a bonus to have around. Done the intake, just the fuel injector hole. So you don't really want to paint the inside of the engine. Nice. Well, it's another day, so good morning, but the same video for you. That took quite a while. Wasn't an unenjoyable job, just a bit of a plod. Getting this engine masked up. And today is definitely painting day. I've just remembered, we've got the spark plug hole. No, that looks a bit tricky, but I've got an idea for that. And we are going to paint poor Queen Elizabeth black. There we are. British penny fits perfectly in the spark plug hole. I need to hang this engine up to paint it, because I want to paint all the way around. I don't want to be rolling it around and making life difficult. So what I've got is a couple of lighting steels, and they may look very thin, but they're very, very strong. And they're used in the entertainment industry. Whenever you rig a light, you pop one of these steels around it in case it falls off, and the steel will catch the light. It's a ridiculous, outdated safety regulation, because no light is jumping off once you put it on. Unless you're so completely inept, you'd probably forget to attach the safety anyway. So I'm just going to squash these down, which is bad. Shouldn't do that, but needs must. And then we're going to pass this, hopefully, through here. Oh, imagine if it goes in halfway and it neither comes out nor goes through. See, I'm joking now and I can't move it. Don't worry, it'll come. Brill. Got it. So also, that'll form a radius, which means the paint will go around it. Not that it wouldn't all be hidden anyway. Having a steel against the sharp edge again is something that's not recommended at all. When you're working with structural steels, the magic number is 6. So the diameter of what you go round should be 6 times the diameter of the steel. So funny enough, if you look at that peg there, that would be a safe way to use that steel without compromising the strength rating of the steel. If you go around something very thin, you're dramatically losing the strength of the system. I know that's what we're going to do, but there's plenty in reserve. So 6D, diameter of your steel times 6, and you'll maintain a safe working load. But we're going to disregard that and go around this sharp corner. But this will be fine. Now, I just need something to hang this whole engine on. Okay, got a nice big scaff pole, a couple of handy flight cases, and I'm going to hook this over here somehow. We'll do the front first. So many ways this could go wrong. But we'll be alright, don't worry. Let's go this side. Can I tilt that up? Yep. And the back. I can hook this on easy, but I'm thinking of my escape strategy. My escape strategy to get the flight case away would be I'd like to get another wrap out of that. Can I just lift it? There we go. Hey! Swing an engine. Nice. Might put a mattress under here overnight, just in case, because that would be quite a bang. All right, take a good look. This is the last time you'll see this engine like this, one way or another. Hopefully it'll still be in one piece. Let's start underneath. Oh, it's a nice paint. There's the first coat. Bit of a shocking gloss black. And there's a couple of places I've got some contaminants, look. But we'll see how that goes on the second coat. If not, we'll just rub that down lightly. Just throw the radiator under, just to keep it warm. I might leave that on low tonight, just underneath. Just so it looks like some bizarre, crazy bomb. Ooh, got to paint the starter motor as well. Just a bit of a mock-up. Just have a look at what it looks like. That polished cover, look. I'm just dropping the wheels up to be powder coated, and I'm going to get these done too. So the black side covers, fork shrouds, the main casket, we're going to get them powder coated black, same as the wheels. Brilliant. These are all nice and polished now, if you have a look at the last video. And also, thanks for an idea from you, I've inlaid that crank inspection cover as well. So thanks very much for that. So, get these off this cake stand. Make the engine good. Here we go, still hanging. It's had about sort of a week now, just to sit. And for the paint to fully harden, because it was really thick and strange paint. It's called high coat engine enamel, and it's got a kind of, it's very thick, and it sort of smells a bit like tar, and it needs a good while to dry. But once it was dry, boy does it feel hard. So it's gloss black, but it's gloss on top of a mottled surface. So it's kind of given an effect of slightly satin. Not satin, don't go there again. So it's gloss, but so almost like a crinkle gloss. Coffee required, I think. Wonder where I get that from. So kind of satiny, but not. You can kind of see it is gloss, of course. So I'm excited to see that on the bike. You can see there how it retains the sort of a mottled finish of the original. You can probably hear that rain. That's pretty much what the weather's like at the moment. So let's get this off on the bench. If I can lift it. Let's have a look. Well, hey, forgot how heavy this was. One. Did well, those steels. Would recommend. Just put the brakes on. Could do with multiple pairs of arms. There we go. There we go. Let's take some of this tape off. See how much has turned black. Great. Looks okay under there. Starter motor. The hole for it anyway. That's okay. Got a bit of overrun there, but that's the sealing surface. So that's fine. And we have painted the starter motor as well. I did remember. All right. Fuel injection. Great. Brill. Okay, right side cover. Okay. Still random bits of oil appearing from places. That's okay. All good. Didn't lose the engine spacers because they come off. So don't lose them. And there's a dowel. Don't lose that. And there's the neutral cover. Neutral switch cover. 2 brass contacts. Don't lose them. I think we've got away with everything. Yes, I did just remember to paint that little cover. A tiny bit of paint on this gasket surface, so I'm just going to gently scrape that off. Ah, almost forgot. Spark plug hole. Brilliant. Don't know where I'm going to spend that. Oops. Keep it for the next one. Lovely. Got a nice, fresh, genuine gasket. Now, there's nothing we removed from here, is there? That O-ring is supposed to be there. Got an engine dowel here. And should be an engine dowel there. Is that still on the case? Yeah, still on the case. Haven't lost that. Got to get this old gasket off though. This is a plastic scraper. It is a metal one as well, but it's the plastic end, not the metal end, because that would be a bit brutal. Although, if needs must. Whilst we're on the inside of the case, it's obvious what that drain plug is for now. Look, it drains the oil filter housing. So when you change the oil filter, instead of all that running down the engine, if you do the little drain first, it just drains that chamber. And that O-ring seals against this face. So I'm guessing that's the oil pickup. It's become apparent to a lot of owners that the new Hitchcock's upgraded cam is a significant improvement to these engines and really adds to the rideability. And it would seem a shame to come this far and take it all apart and disturb all these gaskets and not to put one in. And it's not cheap, but it's obviously a good value improvement. Now they're out of stock at the moment, but they will come back into stock, so I can't get one now. So what I'm going to do is this side, which needs to come off to lock the crank for installing the cam, we're just going to do this finger tight. And you put it all back, but finger tight, so I can take it off without needing to replace that gasket again. And the same with the head. We'll just very gently put the head cover on, but not squeeze down the rubber gasket. So hopefully very soon, when they become available again, we can put that cam in. You'd think there was a spring in there, but it's just the hydraulic pressure lift. Let's come back out again. Or pneumatic. There we go, it's in now. That's a well-engineered machine. So, 2 dowels, yes. O-ring, yes. Surface is clean. Yes. Let's give this a final wipe over. As we said before, the clutch is driven by teeth on that shaft. And that shaft sits to the rear of the clutch. So this toothed drive absolutely has to be pointing backwards. And I've checked, and that arm has got teeth all the way around. So the relative position of this arm is not important. I can imagine if you hadn't taken the arm off, you'd be stressing quite a lot, because you just, as you push the cover on, this arm is going to turn. And you could end up with an arm, and you get all mixed up, I imagine, unless I'm missing a trick there. But anyway, the arm is off for polishing, so it doesn't matter. Right, final check again. Does everything look like it's there? Well, I've got nothing left over. It's probably coming off again anyway. Okay, got about 10 mil to go. Gasket present. Yes. So you can feel that engaging with the clutch now. Fab. Right, let's stick a load of very loose bolts in. Okay, so I'm going to use my whizzer, but I've got the torque clutch on the very lowest setting. So really, they're just going to be finger tight. Though to start with, I'm not even going to go that tight. I'm just going to get a couple in. All right, fill her up. All done. Oil filter isn't let in yet. Make sure I put that back in. So I want to soak it in oil, but I don't want to make all oil come down here if I've got to take this off. So there's no filter inside there yet. Don't forget. I've got a new gasket for the neutral switch because it really felt like it needed it. And funny enough, what looks like a gasket that can go any way round, it's not the case because it's got that little tang, look. And if you try and put it on that way, it's trying to tell you that that's not right. Doesn't like it, look, it doesn't. If you make the holes line up, it tells you something's wrong because those holes aren't the same. There we are. Look how lovely that fits now. Just that little bit of felt. to try and hint as much as possible that that is not the way it goes round. And actually look at the neutral switch. It's also the same. What looks like symmetrical isn't, because those contacts have to line up with those. Look. That's also got an O-ring. So it's very belt and braces. So check the torque settings for them. We'll just firm them up for now. Right, this side cover. Okay, left hand side, nice and clean. That bush, one dowel. Right. Fresh gasket. Have to be more careful because there's only one dowel. There, so the gasket is just going to sort of flop around. Have to be careful. And also, those magnets are going to start. Ouch! Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, the magnets are really strong. That really wants to go on. Except it'll have to come back to line up with those shafts. Okay, gasket looks okay. Right, before I do anything else, I'll just pop a bolt in there to make sure that gasket just loosely, very loosely. Right, they're all just past finger tight. Just don't let me forget them. Right, coming together. What else is this side? Nothing, I don't think. Right, starter motor and head cover. And the same bolts as all the others. One size a bolt. We'll check that torque setting before we go wild as well. Then I can do all the bolts in one. Lovely, that's the electrical connection. I've got the new gaskets and seals and bolt seals, but while I'm waiting for that new cam, I'm just going to assemble it with the old gasket, just to save using the new one whilst I'm waiting for that. And there's new sealing washers with the service kit. I'll use these old ones for now until we're really ready to do it properly. hit that head, whatever you do. Right. Little side cover. That'll do for now. Got a little collection of parts here that have yet to go on, but not going to put them on now, just to save catching on things when I put them back on the bike. Breather hose, fuel injector, clutch arm, spring and washer, oil temperature sensor, the inlet rubber, and that strainer, which has to go back up underneath when we put the oil in. Don't let me forget that. But I think we can have a look at this engine together. There we go, back together. Hopefully that cam will come in stock. We can put that in before you put it back in the frame. But I can still put it back in the frame anyway. So I think that's what we'll do next. And if I'm lucky, the wheels, casket and shrouds will have come back from the powder coaters. Maybe even got the tyres fitted. And we can look at putting some things back together, which will be exciting. That will really turn the corner then. This is looking very smart. Seems a bit of a way from hearing it running. And I hope it does run now. Although I'm pretty sure it's back together correctly. Yeah. We'll soon find out. Thanks again for joining me. Join me next time. I've got to go to work next week and go away to London. So it may be a little longer than a week for the next video. Unless you're watching this sometime in the future, in which case just click ahead. But either way, we'll be back to it and we'll have all those shiny parts. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to. Maybe one day we'll have it running. One day soon, don't worry, I promise.